Today's theme is Cuban cuisine. I'm going to show you how to make a traditional Cubano just like they do in Miami. Also, I'm going to show you how to make Tres Leches Bread Pudding. If you stick around to the end, I'm going to make a Guava Mojito. I'm Mara Marie Cristiani, the airless chef. Let's get started. We're going to start with the Tres Leches bread pudding first so that it can cook and come out of the oven after our sandwiches are made. I'm using croissants, all butter croissants, and I just want to show you, I just pinch them, tear them into little pieces. Don't worry about memorizing the recipe. As usual, I'll have everything you need to know about everything I'm making down below. All right, so I have a bowl full. I'm actually doing half a batch today because we have enough desserts around here all the time. All right. I will add the eggs to the bowl with our sugar. Now, it's called Tres Leches because it has 3 milks. So the milks today are evaporated, sweet and condensed, which you'll see me use in a lot of recipes. I absolutely love them. And milk. Normally that would be cream if I was making the cake. Whoopsie. Okay, so I'm wearing it. And I'm going to whisk that together. I just want to get the yolks broken down. And then to that I'm going to add the vanilla paste. And I'm putting in some cinnamon and salt. And I'm adding a little bit of rum. I like a dark rum for this, and some melted butter I'll pour over my croissants. All right, all I do is mix that together a little bit. Now, because I have the recipe just for shooting this film, I may not use all this liquid, but the recipe I'm gonna give you, you're gonna use all the liquid. When you do any kind of bread pudding, the most important thing that you need to remember is that the bread is saturated. Don't be afraid, it might look like too much. It's even more so than French toast. All right, that's it. I'm gonna pour that over. Yeah, I'm gonna use all of it. There we go. And I'm gonna just stir that around, make sure all the croissant pieces are coated well. If for some reason I looked at that and I thought it was too dry, I would just add more milk. There we go. In a 350-degree preheated oven, I have a ramekin. Now you can make this in one casserole dish, however you want, even a cake pan, like an 8x8 or 9x9 square pan is fine. I've buttered it. If you don't have that, you can put some spray on it, okay? And I will fill this up and get it in the oven, and then we're going to get making our Cuban sandwiches. Okay, we're making traditional Cuban sandwiches called Cubanos, and this is Miami Cuban, okay? So I have Cuban bread, which is really a must. It's a white bread, it's a little bit softer. It's not like a French or Italian baguette, but if that's all you can find, then by all means use it. But you can see the difference right away. This is a little bit harder shell on the outside, okay? The other thing is you have to have sweet ham, roast pork, Swiss cheese, dill pickle slices, yellow mustard. You have to use yellow mustard, not Dijon, not whole grain, even though I absolutely love those on everything else. But I use this for Cuban sandwiches. And of course, melted butter. All right, let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is sear the ham. I want it to be heated all the way through the sandwich, so I'm going to start by searing the ham. Now, if you have a sandwich press, you don't need to do this step. But I want to show everyone, most people don't have a sandwich press, and I'm going to show you how I can do this. You could even take this camping and do it just like I'm doing. I'm just looking for a little bit of color on my ham and to make sure that every piece of ham is heated through before I start building the sandwich. Already smells good, doesn't it? All right, we're gonna build our sandwich. You see I've cut it in half. And the first thing you do is you lay down the mustard. So here we go. Don't go crazy, just a thin line of mustard. And then we're gonna put the pork first. You just wanna make sure that you evenly cover the bread, basically, all right? And then after that will come the cheese, because the cheese will be sandwiched between the meats. All right, I want to put the pickles on top of the cheese. Now, if you don't like dill pickles, what's the matter with you? But you could leave them out, I suppose, but we're making the proper Cuban sandwich. And I learned to make this from the Versailles restaurant on Calle Ocho, my favorite restaurant in the entire world. I kid you not. All right, you can see my ham is still steaming from when we cooked it. There we go. And then we put that on top. If you had a sandwich press, then you would butter both sides of the bread, the tops and the bottom, put it in the press. But because we don't, I'm going to show you how you can do it without a press. I'm using 2 pans today because I don't have a sandwich press. So I have a cast iron and it's been heating up. So it's pretty hot. I can actually feel the heat right here. And the first thing I want to do is butter the bottom of my sandwich generously. Cuban bread loves a lot of butter. And I'll go ahead and place that buttered side down. Be careful, that pan is hot. And I have a heavy cast iron aluminum pan, I mean cast iron enamel pan, and I'm gonna weight it down. And then when I go to flip it, I'll butter that side before it touches the heat. This pan is not hot, it's simply the press part that I'm using, okay? And don't be afraid to apply a little pressure, because that's the idea. A Cuban sandwich is a press sandwich. It starts like this and then it presses down. We've already cooked our ham, so it's already heated through, and that's already working on the cheese probably a little bit. If you make it in a sandwich press, then I'll leave instructions down below on how to do the same thing in a sandwich press and the steps that you don't need to do, okay? And I can already see the cheese is starting to ooze out. That's the best part. You'll see the cheese just go, ooh. And I'll take a peek. Make sure that you have a trivet or something that's heat resistant to put your pan, because it's still going to be hot even though it's not sitting on there. Let me take a look. Oh yeah, baby. So I'm going to go ahead and butter this side. Give it a flip. You can do this on your regular stove. I just want you to be able to see it a little bit better. Our sandwich is cooked, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Now, traditionally, a Cuban sandwich is cut on a diagonal so that the workers could use it and at lunchtime and hold it in one hand and still work. A lot of in the cigar factories. Look how gorgeous that is. Doesn't that look yummy? I'll show you how I like to serve it. have it, a traditional Cubano sandwich. Oh, that is so good. We made a Guava Mojito, which is so refreshing. We use Siesta Key rum, comes right from where we live. And then to finish dinner, we have a Tres Leches Bread Pudding. 3 different milks, and then I topped it off with a little dulce de leche, which is a caramelized milk. And I'll have all the information you need down below. I think you're really gonna like that one. Please subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. I even added a little dulce de leche on top.